Guys, so database management system, or you can call DBMS in short. Before going to understand database management system, you should know first what is data. What is the data? Okay, how computer process that data. So any type of values that is having a collection of set of values are called as data. Are called as data. Data, as if you consider about the computer process digital data. Computer process digital data. So what is the meaning of data? Digital data. So digital data in the form of ones and zeros. Computer process digital data in the form of ones and zeros. So data, if you look at the example, the raw data. I'm going for the raw data. Suppose if you visit to any website, if you visit to the YouTube, and onto the YouTube, suppose I'm going for the example, if you visit to the YouTube, after visiting the YouTube, you have visited some videos, you have watched some videos. After watching the videos, what YouTube does actually, YouTube keeps the track how many videos you have watched, how many videos you have watched. Okay, what type of videos you have watched, or what type of category, or you can call category of videos you have watched. Okay, as well as what's the length. Okay, then their contents, we will check everything. Okay guys, so after watching the YouTube video on the YouTube by the specific person, then YouTube tracks all your informations, like track in what type of video you watch, what is the category, what is the length, what is the content, the durations. Then based on that, next time, after tracking all the data, also YouTube keeps some some cache data to your browser window, guys. So this video type, category, length, content, as well as adding the cache, or you can call here adding or keep some cache data to your browser window. Who will add? YouTube will add. YouTube adds or keep some cache or data to your browser window. So YouTube has gathered all the information, also added some cache to your browser window. So this is totally a raw data, you can call. This is totally a raw data. This is totally called as raw data. A data is nothing but, what is the data? Data is nothing but a raw fact. A raw fact. What these are? It's a raw fact, guys. It's a raw fact. It contains the contains the tracking information like video types, category, length, contents, adding the cache to your browser window. This is about the raw data. This is about the raw data, or you can call also YouTube may add number of times you have watched the video. You can call number of times watched the video, number of times the video has been seen. Video has been seen, has been, Control Shift W, has been watched or seen, okay, by the user. So these all the informations are nothing but a raw fact. Also it contains the numbers, or you can call the statistics, which are stored in your computer, which are stored in your computer, in your desktop, or you can call a computer, desktop or computer, or maybe data, a raw fact, you can call a raw fact, or raw contents may be traveling over the network, or you can call internet, or here I'm adding here an example called internet. So generally, how can I conclude? So this totally data is nothing but a unprocessed stuff. You can call unprocessed stuff, unprocessed contents, or data is nothing but a unprocessed contents. So by observing video types, category, length, you will not come to know the proper, you will not able to properly conclude what this data gives to you. what this data gives to you. Suppose one more example, if I go for this data. So one more example, if I go for this data, if you go for population of India, if you go for population of India, population of India contains the state-wise, taluka-wise, district-wise, then you can go for village-wise and tahsil-wise, everything. So it contains genders, gender informations, it contains area information, it contains populations, it contains categories and everything, caste-wise, all the populations. So this, it's a mix of information. So you can call mixed data, mixed contents. It has mixed contents. Maybe the names of citizens. Maybe it contains genders informations combined. It contains area-wise informations. Maybe it contains taluka-wise informations. Maybe it contains district-wise informations, districts, or you can go for state-wise informations, or maybe you can go for caste-wise information. So it has all types of contents. So I provided the population data, but the data contains a mixed contents like names, genders, anything. So by observing this raw data, can you able to make any conclusion? Can you able to make it any conclusion, guys? Avdut, can you hear me? Avdut, can you hear me? So if I provide the population data of the India, which contains a mixed contents like names, genders, area, taluka, districts, states, caste-wise, everything, caste informations, caste informations. Can you able to make any conclusion? If I provide all the mixed data, a raw stuff you can call, a raw content you can call. You can call a raw contents, okay. This data is there maybe in hard copy or maybe in soft copy in the form of digital data, and that is available in ones and zero format. So you cannot make conclusions. So what's the need? So how can I get the final conclusion? To make the final conclusion, I need to generate a proper informations. So just now I understood what is data. A data is nothing but a unprocessed contents or raw facts, or raw data. Raw facts. Data is nothing but a raw fact. That may be a number, that may be statistics, that may be any alphanumeric values. Okay, that may be available on your computer, or maybe on the internet network, or maybe on the server. Okay, and those contents are unprocessed. So I took one example for YouTube. So whenever you watch a video on YouTube, the YouTube tracks all the informations like video informations, types, category, length, content, number of times the video has been watched or seen with a subscriber or unsubscribers, maybe hidden mode, or maybe you can call incognito modes, okay, or login modes. Again, we took one more examples, populations. If you observe these two examples, after observing these two examples, you will come to know this totally is a raw. Based on this raw data, we could not generate a proper information. Then what is information, guys? One more question might be raised in the mind. What is information? So after applying the systematic process, you can call, after applying a systematic process, or after processing the raw content or raw data, or you can call a processed data, we get meaningful informations, we get meaningful contents. Those are called as informations. So you have to apply some specific process after processing the raw data, after processing the unprocessed contents, the raw facts, or you can call converting raw data or raw contents or unprocessed contents to a meaningful contents is nothing but informations. So converting raw data, or you can call contents, to meaningful contents, contents is called as information, informations. Now how can you say information now, guys? How can you say informations? Now I want, if you watch hundreds of video, Avdut, if you watch hundreds of video on the YouTube, now I want to categorize your what type of means I want to just generalize your what type of video you are watching, or I want to generalize what type of categories you are making. Maybe you are watching Suppose you have watched hundreds of songs. Okay, then I will collect all the data. I will collect all the data. Based on that raw data, I will analyze. I will apply some processing techniques, and I will get a meaningful content as a meaningful. Oh, this guy is too much interested in songs. That too, dance song, rock songs you can call. So converting whatever the data I have received from this, whatever the raw data, whatever the raw data I have received, I have processed, I have applied some processing techniques. By applying processing techniques, I have converted that raw data into meaningful informations. Based on that meaningful information, I can able to analyze, or YouTube can able to analyze. Oh, this guy is too much interested. This layman, this person, this viewer is too much interested in watching the dance. Next time, whenever you visit from the same browser, whenever you visit to the YouTube, you will get beside dance videos as a suggested videos. Have you ever observed? Based on your previous watched videos, you will get suggested videos. Means converting your already viewed videos, watched videos, or seen videos. YouTube is generating the informations, and based on that informations, YouTube can make a conclusions. This person is interested to watch the songs or videos, or up to rock songs or dance songs. Next time YouTube will suggest you all the songs which are related rocks, which are unseen. Okay, so the meaning of information, after processing the raw data, we get the informations, or you can call converting raw data or contents to meaningful contents is nothing but a information. So let me add one more note point. After processing the raw data, raw contents, we can receive information. We can receive the information, guys. Now here you have lots of informations. Now what I want to do, information. Suppose you have information regarding to your college, you have information regarding to your departments, college, libraries, exams, transportation, everything. Now I want to make it centralized. Okay, so how do I able to centralize? If I won't centralize, I cannot able to access the data. If I won't centralize, I cannot able to arrange the data properly. Okay, if I want to updates, so at that time I need large amount of data. That large amount of data is nothing but a database. So a database. So now the question in mind, I'm going for a database. What is a database, guys? Now just now we understood about data and information. So information. So here let me add the example of providing suggested videos by the YouTube. Okay, one more examples. Next, gender categorize a gender, gender informations from populations. Okay, or you can call one more example. If I add here gender ratio, we can go for gender ratio by the specific state. So the meaningful informations, these are the examples. So suggested videos by the YouTube, or you can call categorize the gender information from the populations, or gender ratio by the specific state. Okay, so based on this raw fact, I can able to get meaningful informations like categorized informations, or I can generate some other informations like caste-wise gender informations. Okay, fine, guys. So these are the examples. Now let's proceed for database. So what is a database actually? A database is a collection of related data. What is the meaning of related data, guys? I'm going for one more example about your college. College is a database which contains related informations regarding to departments, regarding to library, regarding to books, regarding to students, regarding to fees, regarding to examinations, results, all the stuffs. So you can see here, these all are interrelated or not? These all are interrelated. Student belongs to teacher. Okay. Number of student belongs to a specific teacher, or a number of teachers are belongs to specific departments, or all departments belongs to a specific college. Are you following me? These are interrelated or not? Hudut, others. These are interrelated or not? These are interrelated. If I take my example, Rajput. Rajput is a family. Rajput is a family. So Rajput family contains all the people information, those who are staying into Rajput house. So these are interrelated informations. Maybe their bank account informations, maybe their property informations, maybe their education informations, maybe their behavior informations, all the informations. Those all are interrelated to Rajput family. Are you getting, guys? So what is the meaning of database? A database is a collection of related data, and that is organized in a, and that data is organized, the data is organized in a proper way, so that we can access, or we can manage the data, or we can update the data. Guys. So here number of databases are there. So number of databases. So how can I able to get the databases? So I can call one more definitions. So database can be a software based, or database can be a hardware based. The whole purpose of database is to store the data. The purpose of the database is to store the data and manage the data. Guys. The main purpose of the database is to store the data, and later on we can perform the number of operations like accessing the data from that given database, from already available database. We can able to update, we can able to insert, we can able to delete, we can able to perform a number of operations. Okay, the main purpose of the database is to store the data. So I can also define a database is also a collection of interrelated data which are used to insert the data, which are used to retrieve the data, which are used to delete or update very easily. Means you are trying to organize your data in such an efficient way. That may be in a tabular format, that may be in a file format, that may be in a CSV format, maybe in XML format, or any raw forms also. Okay, so guys, one more in another way, a database is a collection of interrelated data which are used to select, or you can call how can I say select, retrieve, better to call retrieve, or you can call save, or you can call insert, or one more way you can update, or you can go for delete, update, or you can go for edit the data, or you can delete the data. Very efficiently. A database may be a software, or it may be a hardware also. How it is software, how it is hardware? Actually, database management systems are the softwares like MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, Maria, SQL servers, Microsoft Access. These are the database softwares are available nowadays. But these are the logical copies, or you can call a software or logical copy. Those softwares need to install on a machine, machines. That's why it becomes a hardware part. So I said database is a combination of softwares and hardwares. So guys, you can able to efficiently, as well as you can organize your data in the form of tables. Also we can organize the data. In the form of tables. Or you can go for XML schema, or I can go for I can generate the reports also. I can generate the reports. I can generate the reports, or you can go for generating reviews also, and etc. guys. More than enough. Suppose if I go for the database regarding, if I go for the example, so here is the example. Suppose now I want to generate the data which belongs to your college. So tell me guys, I want interrelated data about your college. Interrelated data. Suppose I want to use example for college database. College, or you can call any engineering college database guys. Engineering college database. Tell me, engineering college database contains what are the interrelated informations? Avadut, tell me fast. Avadut, Dipali, very good. Department, yes, department. Next, very good. Library, next, students, very good. Very good. Teachers, or you can call staff. Okay, staff. Laboratories, very good. Very good guys. Books. Next, exams. Office, yes, fees, and transportation. Okay guys, you got the idea. So these all are, yes, results. These all are, if you observe, these all are related to college or not? Related to college or not? That's what I said. A database is a collection of interrelated data. And from this interrelated data, I can able to retrieve the department informations. I can able to insert library into the books. I can able to create new students. I can able to update teacher qualifications. I can able to add laboratory records. I can issue the books. We can able to conduct the exams. We can show the results. We can go for office and some there are other operations guys. I hope now you have got the idea what the database is. Are you clear about? Are you clear guys? Okay. So guys, we are having only 5 minutes of time in our hand to finish this meeting. What shall you do? Next I'm going to explain what's the need of database, or why shall you go for. Now I learned about database. Now I want to go for what's the need of DBMS, database management system. First of all, before going to understand the DBMS, you should know what's the need. What's the need of DBMS? Guys, as I said, one of the whole purpose of the database is to store the data. So database systems are basically developed for handling the large amount of data. So database systems are developed for handling large amount of data. Suppose I want to maintain Mumbai University data. Since from when it was started. Suppose it has started from 1975. Suppose, I don't know exactly. From 1975 to till today's data I want to maintain. So at that time we can use database systems. So database systems are developed for handling large amount of data. Just imagine lakhs of students are there. Lakhs of students are getting entry into the getting admission into the Mumbai University. So lakhs of student informations, their personal informations, their educational qualification information, their education, their fees, their classes, their attendance, everything I want to maintain. As well as they need to maintain the college informations. Everything they want to maintain. At that time, the database systems are mostly used for handling that much of data. Suppose take an example, I want to maintain 10 lakhs of records, 10 lakhs of rows informations. Are you getting what is my scenario? 10 lakhs of rows of informations. So I can use database system. So database systems are developed for handling large amount of data. So whenever there is a need to handle large amount of data, we can use a database system. Or you can call huge amount of data, guys. Okay, so why to go for database systems? First is storage of data. Storage of data in a well organized way. In a well organized way. Okay. Second purpose. Why to go for database management system? Why to use database softwares? So second is retrieval of data should be faster. Retrieval of data should be faster. Data should be faster. So these are the two basic reasons why we need to go for database software. Because whenever there's a need to store a large amount of data, and that to well organized way without duplications, as well as I want to retrieve large amount of data in a faster way. Okay, at that time I can go for database software. Storage. The major purpose of the database system is the storage, guys. What is the storage? What is the meaning of storage? So the principle of the database software is data is stored in such a way that it acquires less space. It should acquire less space for duplicate data, as well as duplicate data has been removed. Suppose take example, if I go for a bank, a bank contains, look at here, a bank contains, Avadut has the account in a bank called SBI, State Bank of India, and he is maintaining his both accounts, saving account and salary account in his bank, in the SBI bank. So take example, saving account also needs all the informations like name, gender, date of birth, education qualification, annual income, address, zip code, mobile number, email ID, everything. As well as salary account also required name, address, gender, phone number, mobile number, email ID, everything, all the informations. Now saving bank account also need data. Salary account also need data, basic data. So what they have to do? They have to keep basic information 2 times or only 1 time? Tell me. 1 time is better or 2 times better? If you keep 2 times, what will happen? Data redundancy or data duplication will increase or not? Are you getting, guys? Yes. So in that case, so store the data with less space, that too without generating duplications, or you can call redundancy. Okay, are you getting? And next, fast retrieval of the data. Next is fast retrieval of data. If you have 10 lakh rows in a table, and in an Excel sheet, you have 10 lakh rows in an Excel sheet, and I asked you to search for Avadut. For one by one. How much time do you need, guys? You may go for half an hour, 1 hour. Are you getting? Manually. I'm not asking for control F. Find. Are you getting? Guys? So that delay, I don't want that delay, guys. So I want fast and quick. I want quick, guys. Quick retrieval of data, you can call. Quick retrieval of data. So for that purpose, I can use database management softwares or database management system, guys. So first of all, let us understand the purpose. What is the purpose of database system? Guys, our meeting will end within a minute. Okay, so I think before going to continue this point, what is the purpose of database system? Okay, guys, let me conclude. The main purpose of let me explain the main purpose of database. The main purpose of database systems is to manage the data. Okay, the main purpose of database system is to manage the data. So this is the main purpose of any database software or any database system, guys. How can you able to manage the data efficiently? So for an example, consider example of a university that keeps the data of student, teachers, college, courses, books, exams, result, then everything, all the informations. To manage this large amount of data, we need to store the data somewhere where we can add new data, as well as we can able to delete the unwanted or unused data, as well as update outdated data, as well as retrieve the data. To perform these operations on the data, we need a database management systems that allows us to store the data in such a way that all these operations can be performed in a data efficiently, guys. So I can able to perform insertion, deletion, updation, everything I should be able to do. Okay guys, fine.